Next thing, we'll try to understand something about digital certificates and public key infrastructure. Now, digital certificates are electronic documents which are used to verify the owner of the public key. Like if you remember in the previous case, in the previous video, we discussed that the asymmetric algorithms, generally how they work. The Bob is going to exchange his public key, probably, and based on that, the LS is going to encrypt with the Bob's public key. But the problem with the asymmetric algorithm is the attacker can actually spoof as if he is a Bob, and he can send his own public key for encryption. So to prevent this kind of asymmetric algorithm attacks, probably we can use something called digital certificates. Now, digital certificates are nothing but the electronic documents which are used to verify the ownership of that public key. So which means when the Bob is issuing the public key or sharing the public key with the first user, probably that particular public key is actually signed or verified the ownership. Like it has that public key issued by so and so user belongs to whom. It's something like verified. And technically we can call them as something like digital certificates or identity certificates or signatures. And this framework of using these digital certificates we call as PKI. Public key infrastructure. Public key infrastructure is nothing but the entire process is referred as public infrastructure, where the digital certificates are mapped with the public keys. So which means when the Bob is sharing his public key, it is actually mapped with the digital certificate. And then this public infrastructure is also responsible for storing these certificates in the centralized database and revoking them if required. Now PKI includes three different options. Like there is something called certificate authority. Now certificate authority is nothing but a trusted third party softwares or third party tools who will verify and issue these public keys. So which means when the Bob is exchanging his public key, probably he is going to ensure that his ownership is verified by CA. CA is like a trusted party, which is trusted party of both, and they actually associate the public keys or issue the public keys with certificates. Certificates are like verifications, verifying the ownership of that particular certificate. So typically, if you want to use this PKI infrastructure, probably you need to associate with the CA. And the digital certificates, already I discussed that it's an electronic document which is attached with a public key, which defines the ownership of the public key. So this way, if the attacker is actually spoofing as if he's a Bob, probably according to CA, he's not a Bob. So probably that key is not at all used by the other user. So the digital certificate is actually signed with a CS private key. And the third one is like applicant. Applicant is nothing but the end user who is requesting for the certificate from the CA.